Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to chat about how to develop a pre-exit plan, right? A pre-exit strategy for those who may be in two categories. Now, if you're not in these two categories, keep listening because you may find some nuggets that will work for you. If you are in these two categories, you definitely have to listen because this is all about you, right? So exiting that employee mindset, exiting your corporate 9-to-5 job, maybe exiting making magic happen in other people's business and giving them great ideas to bring traction and moving and having movement and momentum in their business, but you can't figure out how to do it in your own, right? This is what we're talking about. Today's conversation is for these two groups, right? You are a professional mid-career woman and you are working that 9-to-5 job and you have this side business. You're basically a part-time entrepreneur. Your business is a side hustle because it feels like another 9-to-5 job. Raise your hand. Anybody been there? I've been there, right? Building your side business, working a 9-to-5 job, and it feels like this business that you're growing is like a second and third job because of all the things that you realize you have to do to make it work and to make it fun and to make it profitable for you. You're also wearing multiple hats. You're probably wearing all the hats in your business. You feel stuck. You're overwhelmed. You're frustrated. You are exhausted. I felt that way. I was exhausted. I was tired, right? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur, you're a full-time entrepreneur and you work in someone else's small business as a contractor, a freelancer, an entrepreneur, or maybe you're picking up projects or gigs here and there, right? And you're making magic happen. You're doing all the things in someone else's business. But when you look at your own business, it's like, what the heck am I doing? I'm doing all of this for somebody else. I'm an entrepreneur, right? But I can't seem to do any of this in my own business. Like, you're brilliant. You know you're genius. People pay you for that, but you can't seem to make ish happen in your own space. This conversation is all for you, right? But again, if you don't fall in those two categories, keep listening because you might get some insight, some revelation, some wisdom, some information that I hope will serve you. Okay. So today what I want to talk about is simplify to multiply. Write that down or put it in the chat for me. Today we are talking about simplifying to multiply. Simplify to multiply, right? This conversation is honestly great for any type of business, but it is critically important for those of you who are watching me right now who work a 9-to-5 job, you have a day job, you're working for someone else, and you're trying to build and grow a side business or your main business. And this is what I want to tell you. Sometimes we create our own stress, our own overwhelm, our own frustration about doing all the things because we are trying to build and grow our businesses in a way that replicates, mimics, copy paste someone else's business who has an entire machine helping them in the background. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. If that hurt, say ouch, but I want you to keep listening. I'm gonna repeat that. When you work a 9-to-5 job and you are building your business on the side, we create our own stressors and our own frustrations and sense of overwhelm because we are trying to build our businesses the way someone else is building their business. And we're not thinking and realizing that this person who we're following, who we're taking advice from, who we are trying to be like to get their results, has an entire machine, teams, infrastructure behind them to help them get all the things done. This also This also causes us to join programs and buy courses from those same individuals who are telling you to do all the things when they are not doing it themselves. They have a whole team of 10 people doing it for them. Or we're joining programs and courses and we're creating this sense of anxiety and stress for ourselves to do 50 million thousand hundred, not a real number, email sequences, and have all these landing pages and have all these tech tools and have all of these things when you do not have the time to do them. So what do? You try to do them because they're telling you that's how you get to your million. That's how you get to your six figures. So here you are trying to figure out how to do it. You do it. And what are you giving up in return? Mental sanity, sleep, spending time with your partner, spending time with your children, and doing the things that you need to do to continue developing relationship and connection with those you love, to include yourself. So what I'm telling you today is to simplify to multiply. How do we do that? We simplify to multiply by looking at what in the heck are we doing and does it make sense? Do I really need to have 50 emails right now? Do I really need to go on social media 7 times a week, 3 times a day right now? Do I really need to have 3 or 4 offers right now? Do I really need to have XYZ right now? Listen, in business, particularly if you are working a 9-to-5 job, or if you have other competing priorities that takes the majority of your time during the day, you can't do all the things. Let it go, baby, please. Let it go, baby girl. Let it go, friend. Let it, girlfriend, whatever. Let it go. You cannot without sacrificing all the other things. Listen, when we're in business, people like to tell us you can have it all and you can do all the things, just do X, Y, Z, X, Y. But sleep, I want to sleep. Do you want to sleep? If you want to sleep, tell me in the comments. I want to sleep. I want to spend time with my partner. I want to see my children grow up, especially if you're sending your kids to school, right? You already have half the day gone. You work 9 to 5. When they do get home, you're probably tired. You got to do homework. They got extracurricular activities, right? They need your time. Maybe you have to cook. Maybe you have to clean up, whatever it is. Maybe you can have a partner or not have a partner. But if you don't have someone helping you, it's even more difficult. Is it doable? Can it happen? Yes, there are ways to make that happen. But in doing so, please understand that no, you cannot have it all at the same time. No, you cannot have it all at the same time. At least not right now, as you're building and growing your business based on your vision and your goals. Will there be a point in time where you can do that? Absolutely. I promise you'll get there. You'll have a team that'll help you do certain things. You'll start building your business in a way that truly allows you to exit certain parts of the business, certain activities of the business, right? There will come a time where you will be able to do multiple things that doesn't pull from your energy and from your time and all the things. There will be a time. But if you're starting your business right now, or if you're in the phase of growing or building the business right now, and you have a day job and you have a family to take care of, and you have other things, other priorities that are important, right? As important or more important, no, you can't have it all. Make a decision. And in that decision, I'll be honest with you, some people make that decision and they will tell their family and they'll tell their children that they'll go around the table and they say, listen, family, this is the goal for the business. And because of this goal, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take me not being everywhere. It's going to take me not cooking every day. It's going to take me maybe missing some of your extracurricular activities. It's going to mean X, Y, and Z. And let me tell you, don't let anybody make you feel bad if that's the conversation you decide to have with your family and you put parameters in place and boundaries and expectations so everybody is on the same page and we get agreements on that, right? But you have to give up something temporarily based on the season or cycle of business that you're in. Will it be something that will be a normal part of life? Hopefully not. Hopefully you're building your business in a certain way to where that's not going to be the everyday thing and that's not going to be the norm, right? But the thing is, if you choose to do that, one, have a conversation with your family, make sure everybody has buy-in. And if you have a spouse, make sure they understand. That means we got to get somebody to clean the house. You're going to have to participate in cooking. And or we're going to have some Grubhub delivery or some type of delivery coming to the house, or we're going to eat out for this season of business. And as long as you guys agree to that and everyone's on the same page, that is fine. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for doing that. You're not less of a mother. You're not less of a business owner. You're not less of a woman. You're not less of a parent, a friend, a spouse. No, you're not. As long as the family is in agreement. If you choose not to go that route, and you're like, I'm not putting my business before them for any type of season or time frame, then what that means is you're going to have to slow down in your business. If you value sleep and you value not having to work hard and be up till midnight and 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, been there, done that till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 days a week, right? Been there, done that. Okay. If you decide to go that route, and you're not going to sacrifice, I don't like using that word, but if you're not going to decide or choose one thing over the other for a temporary time frame, then you have to understand that you're not going to be able to move as quickly as you see other people moving to get results. You're not going to be able to do it all. And that is okay as well. All that means is you have to look at your business model to determine if this is the best business model I should be in so I can be super profitable, right? I can have impact based on the time that I have available, right? You have to definitely look at what your offer is, what's the pricing for that, who you're working with. Those things become super important. They're always important, but they become super important because if you're slowing down your business and you're only going to take but so many people at one time, because again, you are not sacrificing time with yourself or your family for this season or cycle of business, then those things become critically important because you have some decisions to make in that area to ensure you are still bringing money into the business with that smaller group of people. One thing I also want to let you know when I say simplify to multiply is the fact that when we are, I lost my thought process. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I lost my thought process on that. See, look at this. Imperfect. I'm still going live. I forgot my thought process. I didn't write these notes down and I totally forgot. So please forgive me on that. So hopefully that thought process will come back. But let's jump back to something I said earlier, which is you're joining programs and you're joining courses and buying these things. And we are trying to build our businesses from someone's $1 million vantage point. What do I mean by that? And that still sticks with simplifying to multiply. When we are trying to follow someone's process and they are at the multiple $1 million mark and they're telling you, do this, 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 and that, I promise you it works. Strategy works. I found that all strategy honestly really works. There are other factors that come into play in terms of executing the strategy, in terms of your mindset, that are the real motivating factors to getting things done. Okay. Strategy is strategy. Strategy is work. I can give you all the strategy in the world and I promise you it'll work. I promise you it will work if you put in the reps and you do what I tell you to do. Right. But again, they're telling you to build and to do things that they're doing based on where they are in business right now. Many times they're not looking back and saying, when I was sitting where you were sitting, these are the smaller things that I did to give me progressive results, or to give me progressive wins along the way, so I can get to where I am now, right? And again, those are the things that create havoc in your mindset, in your business, and in the results you're seeing or not seeing with your clients, right? So again, building a business like someone else, right? Overcomplicating things based on the business cycle and season that you're in is what's creating the stress and overwhelm. So please simplify your systems. Please simplify your process. Please simplify your timeline, because we just talked about how if you are working a 9-to-5 and you're building a business on the side, how your timeline will be completely different, right? So now I remember what I was going to say. Okay. Thank you, Lord. I remember what I was going to say. In actuality, when you are working a 9-to-5, or if you are working in someone else's business part-time as a freelancer, contractor, entrepreneur, something like that, the amount of time that we really have a week, guess what it is. Guess how much time you really have every week. As someone who works 9-to-5, other priorities, how much time do you think you have available, free time, in all honesty and reality, every week to build this business? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? 10 hours. You really have 10 hours a week. And if you don't know that, please put that down. You only have 10 hours of waking time available to you in order to get the things done in your business. So if you are following models, or if you are following programs or courses or strategies that you know takes more than 10 hours a week to implement, it ain't for you. I'm just being honest. Listen, I've invested in so many courses, so many programs, from low ticket to super high ticket. And with every single one, the majority of them, except for one, to be honest, required me to put in so much time that I did not have. I didn't have. So I knew I didn't have it. So what did I do to create it? I just didn't sleep. I just chose to have less sleep. And that's not healthy. Because I promise you, at the end of the day, it will come back to haunt you. Your body will shut down. Been there and done that, where I've worked for weeks till 3, 4 in the morning to get things done. Wake up at 6 in the morning to start the day for everybody. And I'm up, I'm moving, I'm running, going to my 9-to-5 and doing my job from 9 to 2 and all of this kind of stuff. And my body one day shut down. I could not get up out of bed. I felt like there were bricks on my body holding me down on the bed. I literally could not talk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't lift my arm. I was face down on the bed. My body literally said, Charlene, I'm done. If you're not going to slow it down and figure it out, I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. My husband always says that. I can show you better than I can tell you. My body said, Charlene, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. You're not getting up this entire weekend. And that was the moment where I said, I do not value no sleep, hard work that pushes me to not sleep. And I do not value the hustle culture or side hustle or building a business like everybody else as if I'm in competition with someone. You're not in competition with anyone. You only have about 10 hours of available work time every week. And guess what you need to do in those 10 hours? Get clients, serve the clients, market, do your customer service, do your sales calls, and all the other things that we need to do in business. The planning, the think time, all the things that you have to do in business. The posts, the recording of videos, the creating of your email sequences. If you're doing landing pages, if you're solo in your business or you have one other person helping you, you got 10 hours of your time to do all that. Now, can you see why I'm trying to explain the importance of simplifying to multiplying? Do you see why I am saying that if you work a 9-to-5 job, or if you have a day job and you have a side business, I'm talking too fast. Let me repeat that. Now, do you see when I say, now do you see or understand the importance of simplifying to multiply? Now, can you understand what I mean when I say you can't build your business on the side if you are working or have so many other things that are pulling at your focus and your attention and your time? You can't build and grow your business in the same way that someone else is doing when they don't have the same time constraints as you. You can't build your business in the same way that someone else is building their business when they have a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 member team behind them doing all the implementation, all the execution, and all the social media stuff that needs to be done, all the sales calls. You physically cannot do it. So you have some decisions to make. Some decisions will make you feel uncomfortable. Some decisions will make other people feel uncomfortable. Those decisions will require you to set new boundaries for yourself and for other people. Those decisions will require you to slow down at some point and pinpoint, what are the most important things I need to do? What business model do I really need right now? How many clients do I need? What am I charging for those clients? What is the program promise that I am giving to those clients? Meaning, what is the fulfillment? What am I giving them? How much time does it take for me to give them that thing? Because I have all the other things that I need to do in my 10 hours per week. And if you are building your business with 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 hours per week, and you know you have a 9-to-5 job, you're doing too much. You're doing the most, unless you're hiring a team or have a bunch of contractors that are going to support you in the implementation and execution of doing all the things. I hope this makes sense. I don't want to harp on it too much, but I hope this conversation put things into perspective. And I also hope that this conversation gave you some relief, to be honest. And I hope this conversation gave you a clearer understanding that, one, you can't do it like everyone else. And why do you want to do it like everyone else anyway, right? I hope this conversation took some stress off your shoulders, allowed you to breathe a little bit better, knowing that, one, you can be successful. You are successful. I believe that you can do whatever it is you tell yourself you can do. I believe you can build a 6-figure business while working a side business. Well, let me repeat that. I believe you can build a 6-figure business while working a full-time job. Done it, right? But it does require decisions, not sacrifices, decisions that will make you feel uncomfortable. So here's the action that I want you to do today after listening to this conversation. I want you to look at the business that you are trying to build. I want you to look at your business model. Look at your business model. Are you doing group? Are you doing one-to-one? Are you doing done for you? What is the business model that you're using to make money? I want you to look at your offer. What are you promising these people? What are you promising your customers? And can you really truly deliver on that based on the fact that you only have 10 hours per week to do all the things, not just delivering the service, but all the things to build and grow your business? What am I offering them? And is it realistic? How many people can I do that for? Remember, 10 hours a week, So you want 10 customers, right? They're telling you, go work with 10 customers, charge $1,000 per customer. You got a $10,000 month. But can you take on 10 clients one-on-one for 45 minutes to an hour a week and then do all the things? No. You think you can. You probably maybe are. But how does your body feel? How does your family feel? Are you spending time with yourself? It all comes at a cost. It all comes at a cost. Business model, offer, pricing, what are you promising them? Can you do it? And how many people can you do it for, realistically? That's one half. The other action item I want you to focus on when you do all that is, what are the other things I'm doing right now in my business? What are the things I'm doing right now in my business outside of client fulfillment? Outside of doing the thing for the client to help them get the result, what are all the other things I'm doing in my business, and how long does it take me to do each of those things? I want you to put them in buckets. Marketing, what am I doing? Sales, what am I doing? Client fulfillment, what am I doing? Right? Think time, which is the thing that people never put in there. Think time, think time, think time. That is the time where you sit your butt down, sit in the corner somewhere, and you think about your business, how to grow it, how to develop it, how to develop yourself, how to grow your skill set. Listen, all that is in 10 hours. So again, I hope this conversation allowed you to clearly see behind the scenes what you really need to do and what you really don't need to do, because people in these internet streets are not telling you that. And we're investing in programs and courses and coaches and things where we're creating our own overwhelm, we're creating our own stress, we're creating our own anxiety because we're trying to do things like other people who have machines running behind them. We're doing things like other people, trying to build a 7-figure business when you haven't even made 3 and 4 figures yet. 3 or 4 figures yet. You're trying to build a 7-figure business. You're building a infrastructure like a 7-figure business when you haven't made 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 figures. Start where you are. Simplify to multiply. Do what makes sense for you and make decisions, and don't allow anyone to make you feel like the decision you're making is not the right one. Because as long as you have a conversation with those that are part of the decision, those who are being impacted by the decision, and as long as you get buy-in, you're making the right decision. All right? I am Charlene, the lady boss behind Boss Building Your Way, and I help you grow your side business to 5 and 6 and multiple 6 figures with confidence and clarity, so that you can create options for yourself to make decisions that allow you to unleash your untapped potential and finally exit the corporate box. All right. Thank you so much. Make it a fabulous rest of the day and even more fabulous weekend. Bye.